Hello, friends. Hope you are all doing well. Friends, this is part 2 of chapter number 9. Last time, when we started this chapter, I told you that in this chapter we are going to discuss on two derivatives of nature, natural resources. First was forest that we discussed last time, and this time we are going to talk about wildlife, right? So, this vegetation, friends, we discussed that nature or environment is basically our protector, but because of the greed of the human being, it is getting destructed, it is getting destroyed, and so which was our protector, environment or nature, it was our protector, has now itself become our destroyer. Last time we discussed that deforestation is the villain, and we human beings, for our agricultural activities, for our logging activities, for our urbanization, our industrialization, our mining works, we are killing more and more forests, cutting more and more forests. And this deforestation is resulting into land degradation and loss of biodiversity, which is directly or indirectly impacting wildlife in this nation. Friends, in today's session, we are going to discuss about wildlife. We all know very well, wildlife is one of the most integral part of Indian natural resources. The best part is diversity of wildlife. Friends, the variety found in this nation, as far as wildlife is concerned, is found nowhere else in the world. Huge, large diversity we have as far as wildlife is concerned. We have awesome diversity, right? Lot of varieties we have. We have 15 lakh species in this world as far as animals are concerned, reptiles are concerned, birds are concerned, insects. It is 15 lakh species all over the world, out of which 81,251 species are found in India alone, right? As far as this terms of biodiversity is concerned, India ranks 12th in this world. Which type of animals are found here? સૌથી પહેલા તો ખાસિયત unique. India is the only country where lion and tiger both are found. એની uniqueness છે. પણ એના પછી બહુ બધા unique animals we already have, whether it is African zarak or it is European wolf, Kashmiri deer, or a lot of different varieties of wild goats and buffaloes, elephants. We have gibbons that have come from Southeast Asia, from Indonesian forests. So a lot of international varieties are found in this country. Besides that, black bear, then one-horned rhino, deer, various type of snakes, peacocks, and gorad. ગુજરાતીમાં ઘોરડ કહેવાય છે. In English we call it as bustard. Hawk, kingfisher, flamingo, these type of birds are also found. Whether it is snow leopard of Himalayas or it is red panda found at altitudes, they are one of the most distinguished animals found in this country. But friends, this great biodiversity wealth of India is on the verge of extinction today. A lot of important animals, birds, reptiles that used to be found few years back are not to be found anymore. Friends, this wildlife is on the verge of extinction. Why? Why do you think this wildlife is on the verge of extinction? Why do you think tigers which were found in Gujarat are extinct today? Cheetah and various breeds of cheetah found in Indian forest are extinct today. Vultures, ducks with pink throat, cranes, owls, chilotro bird, one of the most important birds of the place, is not to be found. Alligators and Ganga river dolphins not to be found anymore. There are a lot of sea turtles that were found in the coast of Gujarat are already decreasing. Waterfowls found in rivers of Gujarat, in Mahi, Tapi, even Sabarmati, they are not to be found anymore. Friends, This wildlife is on extinction. Let us try to ascertain the question why. So, what are the reasons of the destruction of wildlife? Of course, human being is why? Kaun hoy? Friends, because of our human interference from human beings, especially in grasslands, in watershed areas, the forests, what are we doing? We are cutting trees, we are destroying grass, and we are destroying entire animal habitat. આપણે એમનું ઘર છીનવી લીધું છે એનિમલ્સનું. તો because of this, wildlife has been put in danger. More and more destruction of forest is creating imbalance in nature. So wild animals living in forest are not getting their nutrition properly. So they are moving out of the jungles. When they come out, they have problems with men. So there also they are losing. Again, hunting of the animals is another reason. We hunt animals for their skin, hide, bones, horns, nails. Elephants are cut down, killed down for their tusk. And this is again another reason why wild animals are put to danger these days. More and more over exploitation of the forests, more and more human interference in their habitat, more and more loss of natural habitat, and our greed for hunting as well as our development has been the only reason for why wildlife has come into danger. Right? So, why is wildlife in danger? Number one, human interference. કોના લીધે? માણસના લીધે. Why? Because we are cutting more and more trees. We are disturbing those grasslands. We are disturbing their home. We have put that habitat into danger, and so either they are killed or in order to save their lives, in order to get their food, in order to get their water, they move out of the jungles, and when they move out of the jungles, they come to the cities and villages. They can't come there, and if they enter, they are getting killed by us. So there also in the forest, they are getting killed for the lack of nutrition, and coming out of the jungle, they are killed by us. So both the reasons they are getting killed. That is the first and foremost reason of destruction of human beings. Wildlife. Now, second reason is destruction of forest. I'm repeating again, it is deforestation. So this is one more impact of deforestation that we discussed last time. Friends, hunting becomes another reason for wildlife coming to extinction. Over exploitation of forests, loss of their habitats makes them come into contact with human being. That again another reason, and more because forest land is getting destroyed, or it is getting used over, or forest fire. This again, snatches their home, natural habitat from them, and they are getting extinct. So there are 6 main reasons of destruction of wildlife. હવે human being is responsible for all this. So of course, human being will have to take care of all this. How can we take care of wildlife? What are the measures that can prevent the destruction of wildlife is what we are going to study now. Friends, first and the foremost thing any and every human being, including me and you, has to do is change our attitude. What we think? We selfish, foolish human beings, we think that this entire nature belongs to my papa. So I will use it the way I want. I will exploit it the way I want. But we forget that this nature, this environment, this society, this country, this world belongs to me, you, all of us, including those wild animals, those birds, those reptiles, and even that vegetation. So our attitude and our perception towards the forests has to be changed. Friends, forests no doubt are a source of unlimited income, but considering it alone as a source of income is a big mistake that we are doing. So in order to get our selfish desires run, in order to get our dream destinations in our life, we keep on doing those developmental activities in the pretext of deforestation and killing more and more trees. Rather than that, it should be preserved. We should consider this natural habitat for wildlife as our wealth. It's wildlife and vegetation, of course, are our wealth. So our attitude should not be that of exploitative, but it should be that of caring. So number one, we need to change our attitude. Number two, there has to be a balance in the quantity of herbivorous animals and that of carnivorous animals. We all have studied the food chain system of this world, of this nature in biology. This food chain, anyhow, has to be maintained. Friends, if we keep on killing herbivorous animals for our selfish interests, carnivores won't get their food. So what will happen? These carnivores will get inside the villages, will get in the cities, will enter the fields, and they will try to destroy it in the need of the food, in the need of the water, and then we will kill them, right? So this balance of herbivorous and carnivorous quantity in the forest has to be maintained. How can we do it? First, don't cut trees. તમે જુઓ આખા ચેપ્ટરમાં હરી ફરીને બધી વાતો એફોરેસ્ટેશન અને ડિફોરેસ્ટેશન ઉપર આવીને અટકી જાય છે. So we need not cut the trees. We need to maintain the water resources in the forests. We need to look around the restriction of human beings and their economical activities in the forests. Automatically, these domestic animals and wild animals are going to get what they want and they'll be safe, right? Third measure, third step is to be very, very strict as far as hunting is concerned. So there is a need of extremely strict laws as far as hunting is concerned. Those laws should be implemented very strictly, very harshly, and person who is doing illegal forest cutting, illegal mining or hunting should be done with damn heavy punishment, right? Fourth, we should try to create such an arrangement in the society here and in the society there in the forest that it doesn't disturb the animals, especially during their procreative period, because there is a time when reproduction of animals goes on. Because of our developmental activities, they cannot take care of their children, they cannot take care of their families. I'm talking about wild animals, and because of which they get killed or they get frustrated and they enter into our areas and they lose their areas itself. So we need to make such arrangements that they feel safe and they feel calm when they are at their place, right? Again, there has to be a proper study regarding tourisms. When it comes to tourism, we are keen on moving to various national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. What do we do there? We disturb these animals. We throw away filth. We loiter around here and there, and we literally throw lots of plastic, lots of our food waste, a lot of our disposable goods, and this harms them. So we need to understand there also. There has to be high level of awareness spread in the society through school syllabus. This is what we are doing. They are actually creating awareness amongst you and me through the school syllabus. There have to be various wildlife protection week, then wildlife protection days, then a lot of other days and weeks are to be marked. A lot of other ways should be implemented for creating more and more awareness through TV, radio, internet, and a lot of other ways, right? If there is no proper wildlife protection happening, we need to create some agencies that would take care of wildlife protection and see to it that wildlife in our area is protected. These are various measures that help us to understand what steps have to be taken to take care of wildlife and to prevent its exploitation. So what is the first and the most important thing that we have to do? We have to change our attitude, positive attitude. Our attitude should be live and let live. કયો એટીટ્યુડ હોવો જોઈએ? Live and let live. जियो और जीने दो. આપણે શું કરીએ છીએ? मैं तो जीऊंगा लेकिन जीने नहीं दूंगा. We don't have that right. So this is what we do when we kill more and more animals or we disturb their habitat. Then there has to be balance between herbivores and carnivorous animals. There has to be proper laws for hunting. There have to be certain arrangements, right? We need to take care of tourism activities. There has to be awareness also, and we need to see that there is proper wildlife protection happening in our area, in our city, and in our country, right? Now, friends, this is not all. This is creating our awareness. This is creating a change in our mindset and ideology that is directly or indirectly helping in the protection of wildlife, right? But things don't end up here. Friends, we need to go for some more such actions. And so Government of India, under various schemes, has come up with various projects that are targeting to protect and to preserve certain wildlife that should be there in huge quantum, but they are hurt like anything. Yes, friend, we are talking about our national animal, tiger first. Government of India has started a tiger project, right? It was started far back in the year 1971. We call this animal as national animal. And why do we call it as national animals? Because there used to be thousands of tigers in our country forests few years back in the beginning of 20th century. You know how much? How many? There used to be 40,000 tigers a century back. 40,000. And when in 70s starting it was researched and a census was calculated, we came to know that we hardly have few thousand tigers, and this basically is a grave danger on the existence of these tigers. And who is responsible for it? Of course, tigers are not. We human beings are responsible for it. Why? Because of our illegal hunting, of our deforestation, of our more and more urbanization and industrialization. Indirectly, we are destabilizing the ecological balance at entire country level. So this project was started to maintain the quantities of tiger, and now we are quite successful, and it has now been implemented in 44 regions of this country. Tiger is not a single animal or alone that has under extinction. Another important animal of India that is under extinction is elephant. I hope you guys remember few days back there in Palakkad in Tamil Nadu, there an incident took place where this female pregnant elephant was killed by firing crackers inside her mouth. Not directly, but a pineapple was given to her. When she consumed that pineapple, it exploded in the mouth and she died. Friends, this is one such small example of inhuman activities done by humans. But there are a lot of such examples. We are definitely killing thousands of elephants for decades now. You know why? For that ivory tusk. એલિફન્ટની એક ટસ્ક હોય છે ને, 2-3 લાખ રૂપિયાનું એક પીસ હોય છે. So for this human greed, this poaching is happening. Poaching એટલે illegal hunting of animals is called poaching. So in order to take care of this animal, especially the elephant, special elephant project was started in the year 1992. Why? What was the objective? To provide protection to the elephants where in the zoo at Kankaria? No, in their natural habitat. How can we take care of them in their natural habitat? By protecting their habitat. કે એવી રીતે કંઈક તો એવું સેટઅપ કરીએ કે આપણે બહુ વધારે એમના હેબિટેટમાં જઈએ જ નહીં, હ્યુમન ઇન્ટરફિયરન્સ થાય જ નહીં, હ્યુમન એક્ટિવિટીઝ જ ના થાય. સો દેર ઇઝ નો ક્વેશ્ચન that these elephants are ever going to be into any problems. Today, there are special 26 protected zones in this country which are taking care of elephants. And now we are very happy that the number of elephants is going on increasing. And now the elephants that would have extincted, but because of thanks to this project being run by our forest ministry, wildlife and forest department of this country, that now elephants are under control. One more project that is very important, friends, to be discussed here, very important short note of this chapter, a rhino project. We all know that in Assam, a lot of rhinoceros are found, and એમાં બી એમનું એક species છે one-horned rhino, found only here in Assam, nowhere else. In Assam and in Sundarban area of West Bengal, more in Assam. We have a dedicated wildlife sanctuary in Assam. We call it as Manas Wildlife, and also we have Kaziranga that are more dedicated to one-horned rhino. A special dedicated scheme was made, a Rhino Vision 2020, and it was decided that anyhow we have to increase the number of rhinos to be at 3,000, and in maximum cases we have been successful here, and soon we'll attain those targets. Besides this rhino, we have one more project going on in this country named Crocodile Project. This alligator family is also on the verge of extinction. So in the decade of 70s, Government of India started special dedicated crocodile project. એના પછીનો જે બર્ડ છે ને, vulture, we are talking about vulture, that is also extinct. Vultureની સ્પેશિયાલિટી એ છે કે vulture is a filthy, dirty bird. કોઈને નથી ગમતું. vulture કોઈને ગમતું નથી. vultureથી બધા દૂર ભાગે છે. vultureની બહુ ખરાબ સ્મેલ આવે એની આસપાસ આપણે હોઈએ ને, and it is very cruel as a bird. અને એને બચાવવા માટે બી ગવર્મેન્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા ઇઝ રનિંગ વલ્ચર પ્રોજેક્ટ. આપણને એવું થાય કે યાર જ્યારે આટલો ગંદો ફિલ્ધી બર્ડ છે, ડર્ટી છે અને આટલી ગંદી સ્મેલવાળો છે, why do they want to save this bird? There's no question, there's no reason for that. But yes, there is one important reason. Basically, vulture શું ખાય છે? તો vulture eats meat of dead animals, right? એક રીતે vulture is also known as cleanliness worker of the nature. Suppose there is dead body of animal lying in the forest, it will obviously going to get decay, and bacterial and other type of infections will be transmitted into the living animals also. That's not good for their health and for their lives. So vulture project aims to retain the quantity of the vulture, because vultures are good at eating that meat of dead animals, and so also known as cleanliness worker of the nature. This project was started in 2004, and now it's a very die-hard trial for controlling the extinction of vultures. However, we are not very successful in it. Sixth and the last project that we are going to discuss here is snow leopard project. Snow leopard, નામથી ખબર પડે છે, it is found in snow in Himalayas. Where do we have snow in India? In Himalayas, of course. At the altitude of 3,000 meters, we can find snow leopards, but these days we cannot find it. So a project was started in the year 2000 to increase the quantity of snow leopards, and people were also helped creating awareness, and people gave the support, especially the people of that area, and now we are having controlled number, and that is into a positive aspect as far as this snow leopard project is concerned. Besides that, friends, various other projects like Kashmiri Hangul project, Red Panda project, Manipur Tamil project for deer, special deer found in Manipur, Ganga Dolphin project. Ganga river ni અંદર dolphins છે. We might not know it. We have never seen them. Ganga river dolphin are very well known, but why we have not seen? Because they are extinct, so we cannot see them. But if this Ganga river dolphin project goes successfully, one fine day we can travel by train, and this train is moving over the river bridge of Ganga, and you can find dolphins playing in the rivers, right? Friends, these are three different types of six different type of projects that we discussed, right? Now, friends, besides this, what else is Government of India doing? Government of India basically has dedicated, divided, and segregated entire wildlife into various type of sectors. Now we have sanctuaries, wildlife sanctuaries, we have wildlife national parks, and we have bioreserves, and they are established with a common vision. As such, friends, these words look similar. Synonyms જેવા લાગે છે ને, like sanctuary, national park, bioreserve, શું છે? Obviously, animals na protection માટે છે, so they are synonyms. Actually, they seem to be looking common, but they are not. They are common looking words, but they are different, right? Now, what is the difference between them? That is what we are going to understand here. Friends, this sanctuary is a place where human activities are permitted with certain limit. If you go to a wildlife sanctuary, people of that area can do some wood cutting, or they can do some other medicinal herb types of business. They can deal in some forest products, and they can also use this place for grazing, right? For as a grassland for their cattle. So wildlife ma human activities in wildlife sanctuary are allowed, right? This wildlife sanctuary has been established for dedicated species, like we have Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary, Chandraprabha, then we have Etur Nagaram. They are famous wildlife sanctuaries of this country. First was wildlife sanctuary. Second, friends, is national park. દેખાવમાં તો બંને વર્ડ સેમ છે, we already discussed, but થોડો ફરક છે. National park is quite different than sanctuary. National park is more protected version of wildlife sanctuary, right? અહીંયા animal grazing allowed નથી. Human activities, economic activities allowed નથી. It is it is controlled with a joint collaboration of state and central government, and it is not centered around one species. Like you go to Gir, right? We have only lions over there. No, there are some other animals also. Wildlife sanctuaries are, friends, dedicated to one species. Like Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary in South India is dedicated for elephants. But national parks are dedicated to more than one species. Kaziranga in Assam is very well known wildlife sanctuary for one-horned rhino also, and for various type of species of deers also. Corbett, we know Corbett as tiger sanctuary, but friends, it is beyond tiger. It is for leopards also, and for such deers also, and for bears also, right? Vedavadar Wildlife Sanctuary, we have Gir, we have Dashigam Wildlife Sanctuary, National Park in Kashmir. They are all various types of national park. Initially, some of them were started as a wildlife sanctuary, but then they were upgraded. શું ફરક છે wildlife sanctuary માં અને national park માં? Wildlife sanctuary, you have human activities allowed, no doubt with a control, but they are allowed. National park, no activities allowed. Wildlife sanctuary, grazing is allowed. National park, not allowed. Wildlife concentrates on one species, and national park concentrates on more than one species. Are three major differences. And national park is more in coordination with state and central government, with more stakes in the hands of central government. Friends, third and the most important concept that we are going to discuss here, bioreserve zone. Bioreserve zone is not for wildlife alone. Friends, it is a holistic approach. It's a collaborated approach where we have collaboration of wildlife protection and vegetational protection as well. It is formed according to international norms. Lots of physical and cultural diversity of that region are taken into consideration. Vegetation, insects, that is entire flora, fauna, animals, reptiles, whatever that come into that area are considered proper into one such arrangement is done, and a proclaimed area is dedicated where no external human movements are allowed. So any external human movements is 100% restricted. These areas are very huge areas, and one such area of one such zone is larger than 5,000 square kilometers, right? So Nilgiri, Gulf of Mannar, Great Nicobar, Sundarbans in West Bengal, and Panchmadi in Madhya Pradesh. These are very important bioreserves of this nation. And in Gujarat now we have Run of Kutch being declared as bioreserve. It was declared in the year 2008. Friends, in this chapter, we focused on two things, and that is vegetation and wildlife. One thing is for sure that anyhow, development is inevitable, it is important, it is required. In this 21st century, we cannot talk of protection of wildlife and vegetation alone and do away with our development. But friends, this is the time where we need to go for the balanced approach, because this nature belongs to vegetation also, it belongs to wildlife also. Whether it is an insect or an elephant or a blue whale or a dolphin or a human being or anybody on this earth, any living creature, this earth collectively belongs to us. So it is our responsibility, it is our moral prime responsibility to see to it that in greed of our development, we are not doing away with their development. So we need to go with balanced approach, number one. We need to go with sustainable development. આપણે ગયા વખતે વાત થઈ હતી ને, what is sustainable development? Friends, sustainable development is developing today, taking care of future generations. Developing today, considering tomorrow. એવી રીતના ડેવલપમેન્ટ કરીએ કે આપણે જે રિસોર્સિસ આજે યુઝ કરી રહ્યા છીએ, they are available with our future generations also. So it is balanced approach, sustainable development, development with proper planning in such a way that food chain is also not disturbed, so that wildlife is not into danger, and any natural cycle is also not getting damaged or imbalanced, like water cycle, maybe hydrogen, maybe oxygen cycle, or any other natural biological process connected to environment, is ecosystem is not getting damaged because of our human greed. If we have a planned development, if we have a positive attitude, if we have a friendly approach towards our animals, towards our vegetation, definitely it is God's immense wealth. Friends, this is the base of the natural beauty. એક ફ્લાવરને આપણે જોઈને કેટલા ખુશ થઈએ છીએ. No doubt, tiger is one of the most ferocious animals on this earth. But whenever you get a chance to visit any wildlife sanctuary, national park, maybe even zoo, Kankaria bhi jao and look at the tiger. Try to look at the spots on the tiger. Try to look at the skin of the tiger. એ કુદરતે એટલી જબરજસ્ત બ્યુટી એની અંદર ભરેલી છે. But we, for our greed, we forget everything and we are ready to kill any and everybody that becomes our hindrance. ખાલી થોડું વિચારીએ કે કોઈ મારા મા બાપને મારી જાય તો, કોઈ મારા સનને મારી નાખે તો, કોઈ મારા કોઈ ફેમિલી મેમ્બરને મારી નાખે તો, કોઈ બી પોતાના ગ્રીડમાં આવીને મારું ઘર બરબાદ કરી નાખે, તોડી નાખે તો મારાથી તો સહન નહીં થાય. તો when I cannot bear this losses for me, myself and my family, do I have a right, any sort of even smallest damn right to kill those creatures who have come from the heaven of from the kingdom of God? So like you are also human beings, like you also have soul in you, You are also God blessed creatures. They are also God blessed creatures. So we need to have that positive attitude. થોડું દયા ભાવ રાખીએ, સમદ્રષ્ટિ રાખીએ, પોતાનામાં જીવ દયા લાવીએ. This is called જીવ દયા, where you are gracious enough for any and every jeev, any and every soul that comes across you. And that is what our religion teaches. That is what our society teaches. That is what our parents and our culture have taught us. So in the greed of development, we should not forget things, and we should come with a balanced approach. Is all about chapter number 9. Friends, it is more of fact based chapter. આ ચેપ્ટરની અંદર કોઈ કન્સેપ્ટ નહોતા. It is a fact based derivation. We tried to our level best to make it interesting also. અને કોઈ પણ બેસ્ટ રીતે જો એને સમજી શકાય તો એ આ રીત છે. In case you have not understood anything, if there is any doubt, you are requested to give me a call, to give me a text, and get your doubts cleared. Friends, stay in touch, stay connected. I want કે તમે તમારું નાનામાં નાનો ડાઉટ તો ઠીક છે, પણ નાનામાં નાનો થોટ બી મારી જોડે શેર કરો. Let us interact with each other. Let us grow together. Let us motivate each other. And in this COVID-19 painful times, let us make each other feel that I am not alone. I am having a lot of people that love me, that care for me. And yes, we are lucky enough to have this lovely family. We are privileged to have this shelter. ઘર છે ને છતની નીચે બેઠા છીએ. ભગવાને ખાવાનું બી આપ્યું છે, કપડાં બી આપ્યા છે ને પહેરવા માટે, છીનવી નથી લીધા. તો આનાથી વધારે શું જોઈએ? ઠીક છે, પેન્સ ભગવાન આપી રહ્યા છે, જેલમાં છીએ, પનિષ્ડ છીએ, બટ ફાઇન, વી આર લિવિંગ. आगे जिंदगी बचेगी ना तो बाहर निकलेंगे, मजा करेंगे, पानीपुरी भी खाईशू, आइसक्रीम भी दबाईशू, फ्रेंड्सनी जोड़े नाइट आउट्स भी थशे, गेट टुगेदर्स थशे, डांस डाइन બધું થશે. બટ ઇફ વી આર અલાઇવ, ભગવાને જીવતા રાખ્યા છે ને આપણને, એનાથી વધારે શું ભગવાન આપણા પર કૃપા કરે. Let us feel that grace, let us feel that bless, and let us try to be a good human being, be a charming personality, be an ever-growing personality, so that we can try to polish our better tomorrow. Wish you all a very, 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 very happy day. Keep smiling. God bless you. I miss you like anything. Want to see you soon. Jaldi aao.